So I'm the vice chair of the Skokie Plan Commission. I will be initiating the meeting today. Hopefully Paul will get here, Paul Luke will get here in time to finish up the meeting, but I will start it. We have 4 cases tonight, and by the way, you all should know that the Plan Commission is an advisory body for the village trustees, and as such, we provide them with the best advice we can, and based on what is said here tonight and our own knowledge. First order of business will be approval of the minutes from the April 4th meeting. Motion approved. Seconded. Okay. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? The minutes are approved. We have 4 cases tonight, and they're all kind of linked together, 09, 10, 11, and 12. And is the representative from SCI here today? Well, hello. Please come up to the podium there. Do you want to be referred to as SCI or Memorial Gardens?
SCI is fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Perhaps you could give us a brief overview of the 4 cases and what the big picture looks like, and then we'll go back over.
Sure, understood.
Actually, before you start that, I'll just state the notice is proper and correct.
Proper and correct? Wonderful, thank
You
you.
want to swear her in as well?
Yes. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the information you're going to give tonight will be the truth and the whole truth?
I do, yes.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else going to testify tonight?
Yes, I have here with me this evening Anthony Campos. He's the
Would you
facility maintenance
stand? Would you
manager.
stand, please, and raise your right hand? The information you give tonight will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Please proceed.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Good evening, Vice Chairman, Commissioners, and staff. My name is Lauren Ryan, and I'm an attorney representing SCI Illinois Services, LLC, in the 4 cases before you this evening. SCI owns and operates a Memorial Park Cemetery, as you know, which is the subject of the 4 cases on the agenda this evening. With me today is Mr. Campos. He's available to testify if necessary. By way of background, SCI owns a triangular piece of property located at 9726 Grosse Pointe Road. That property is zoned H1, and the remaining balance of Memorial Park is zoned R1 with a special use for the cemetery. In case 2019-09P, we are asking to rezone that little triangular piece, 9726 Grosse Pointe Road, to R1 so that the zoning is uniform throughout the cemetery. In case 2019-10P, we're requesting to re-subdivide the entire cemetery so that it will be one lot of record in the R1 district. Currently, it's 2 separate pins. The bulk of the cemetery is 1 pin, and then that triangle down at the bottom is a different pin. In case 2019-11P, we're requesting site plan approval. It's our understanding after talking with staff that site plan approval is necessary because we are combining those 2 pieces of property into 1 lot of record. In 2019-11P, the staff report, they have some recommended conditions. There were a couple of those items that I'd like to discuss. I don't know if that's appropriate to do now.
Well, we can wait till we get to that case.
Fine, not a problem. And then in the final case that we have is 2019-12P, and that's requesting a special use permit, which we're seeking because in R1, a cemetery is a special use.
Okay, thank you. Well, let's start off with case 909, 2019-9. Anything specific would you like to add?
No, this 09 is just the request to rezone that 9726 Grosse Pointe to R1 so that it matches the rest of the cemetery.
Questions?
No.
Comments? Questions? Does anyone in the audience would like to? Okay, well, let's start with 09 and go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to hear all cases together and then vote on them separately. That way, you can just flow through it.
Okay,
Because
that'll-
staff really doesn't have much to add to this either. So,
yeah, okay, well, let's go to 10 then.
10 is our request for the subdivision, which is just to make the entire cemetery into one lot of
One.
record
Mhm.
in the R1. That's the extent of it.
Comments? Questions? Anyone in the audience, comments or questions? Or we'll hold off, like you suggested, staff report. Okay, number 11.
Number 11 is the request for site plan approval, which is our understanding is required by the village because of all the four cases that were, the four relief that we're requesting. This is the first staff report where there's some recommended conditions that I would like to, a couple of them I'd like to just briefly discuss.
Go right ahead.
So on the staff recommended site plan approval conditions, which is page 4 of 6 of that staff report, number 1A requests that SCI obtain a tree removal permit for trees that were removed from 9726 Grosse Point Road since November of 2017. It's my understanding after talking to Attorney Jim McCarthy that that is because of the village's or village code section 118-233. And our reading of that code section, it seems to apply only to new construction sites where your new construction or there's enlarging a facility or you're increasing the impermeable surface.
Mhm.
And in this instance, those trees were removed in the end of 2017. The property's been vacant for years. It was vacant, used to be a house on the property which was demolished in 2013. It might have carried over into the beginning of 2014. These trees were removed in 17. There's no structure that's being enlarged or enhanced because it's vacant property, and there's no impermeable surface that's being increased because it's grass today with a couple other trees. So we would respectfully request that, that condition be re-examined by staff. And then continuing on, there's a point 13 on there that says all signage shall conform to Skokie Village Code. And I did speak with Mr. McCarthy, and we were concerned that this would encompass current signage, but it's our understanding after talking to him that it's just any future signage, which we agree with and don't have a problem with, but the existing signage is allowed to remain in place. And then turning the page to number 15,
Well, in other words, that's not really a concern.
I just wanted it to, I wanted
You
to
want
make
to
sure that.
verify it.
Yes, exactly,
Okay.
exactly, sir. And then on the next page, number 15, it says that the petitioner shall submit a site plan and landscape plan. As part of these submittals, we're not doing either of those, and Mr. McCarthy has confirmed that they're not necessary. So again, I was just asking for some verification on that.
Anything else?
That is it on that one.
Okay, and the last one is 12.
Yes, in 12P, that's the special use permit, which is necessary to continue operating as the cemetery. And in that one, on staff report page 3 of 5, under site and use, it says that new parking lot and exterior lighting shall meet Illuminating Engineering Society of North America standards. And again, we just asked Mr. McCarthy to clarify that obviously that only applies to new, and the existing parking lots and landscaping on the property are allowed to remain as is, and he did confirm that with us. So it's just a point for clarification.
Okay. Any questions, comments? Anyone out there that wants to say anything? Okay. Peter's got to
Okay,
say. Okay, Peter's up.
thank you. Well, the petitioner did an excellent job of presenting all four cases, and staff asked that the reports be accepted into record. And then we can address the issues that were presented.
Okay, the records are accepted.
Okay, thank you. On the site plan approval, it's a standard condition about the trees needing a permit to be removed on private property or in a parkway. And yes, it does say for construction purposes. However, we're looking at this as basically a use that's being created. I mean, it's not that the property is going to stay vacant, it's going to be used for grave sites, and basically that's their business. So we're looking at it as saying that the trees were cleared for that purpose, and so they should pay into the tree fund. There's, I think it's $2,400 for the cost of taking down the two trees. They could replace it with 6 new trees, and their tree replacement program probably on the site would take care of that in a short time. So that's what we're asking for it. And it's not inconsistent with, I was just telling the petitioner, on other places where we're having a landscaper on Howard Street who took down trees. They're not building on it, they're just putting storage on it, but it's still considered development. On number 13, we could, definitely we could amend this to say all new signage instead of just all signage, and that would clarify that. Let's see, there was one on the next page. 15, yes. If future site plan changes occur, the petitioner shall submit the planning division electronic files, and that's stated somewhere else also. So we can just state if future changes occur to the site plan. That'd be adequate?
Yes, for 15, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
And then on the special use, there was the one. And that was just a clarification because it already says all new signage. New parking lot exterior lighting shall meet Illumination Engineer Society. I mean, we could put a statement in there that existing parking lots or existing situation is okay. I don't know.
That's fine.
Some kind of language. You may
Thank
want to
you.
propose what you would like, but we're
Okay.
accepting everything that's there. And this time is the first time we've ever done this. We've accepted. We don't have a site plan for site plan approval because we're accepting what's there. So we're using our aerial photo, which is very accurate in saying that's the site plan. And that's how we noticed the trees were gone, because we looked at the site plan, the aerials.
Oops.
So, anyhow, so things are changing, being more relying on new electronics. So we recommend approval.
Peter,
Yes.
just a question. Since the tree issue and the language of new construction doesn't seem to be clear enough for the petitioner, also doesn't seem to be clear enough for our own village attorney, is there an opportunity here to clean up some of that language so it is clear in the future?
In the standard conditions, we can start looking at that.
Thanks.
Any other questions or comments?
One question.
Yes.
Just a point of clarification. I'm confused. So do they have to pay for the permit, or are we saying that we're going to allow some period of time that as tree removal or tree replacement takes place, if they get to a certain number of trees, that'll offset and negate the need to make the payment?
Sure. On projects, any kind of construction project, oftentimes the trees are taken down. We usually require a new plat of survey with a tree survey on the plat, so we know exactly how big the trees are and everything. In this case, our forester estimated it by looking at it. And then when it gets to the building permit stage and we're issuing the building permit, we take a bond for that tree permit. So we would hold a bond for $2,400. And at the end of the project, we count up all the new trees that have been planted. And if the circumference or diameter of those trees equals what was taken down, then the money is returned. If it's not replaced, then we keep the money.
So we're looking at the permit for taking down the trees back to 2017. Are we then going to count all the trees they've added since 2017 to offset that?
No. They have done some other work on site, but we won't go into that.
Okay.
So,
Any other questions?
Are you ready to accept that correction? You going to put a bond for the tree removal?
Well, we're not requesting a building permit with any of these cases, and I don't think we would need a building permit. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, if we're gonna be installing grave sites. So I'm not sure how that would work in this instance, which is one of the reasons why we've asked staff to reconsider
Okay.
that condition.
Well, we could hold a bond, it doesn't have to be linked to a permit.
Okay.
They have a fence permit that they're gonna be taking out to fence that triangular
that
area.
triangle.
We could attach it to that, but we're not, that's not our purpose. I mean, we're not trying to stop anything, the fence permit, we are not gonna prohibit that going up, you know. We're just saying,
Okay.
the trees were taken down, they should be replaced.
So is there any plan to plant some trees? Or could there be?
So I think Mr. Campos probably can speak to that better than I can. If you'd
Please.
like- I think you gotta,
So there is plans to replace 6 trees in the next couple weeks. And I kind of listened to you guys talk about from 2017 on, there's probably been trees replaced at that time. Should be credit towards this.
No, I just
No.
asked that question, I was told no.
No.
So I didn't get the clarity, that's why I repeated it again. Because
the
I
answer
don't
was
see
no.
why that's fair.
No.
Do you think that's fair? That's why you asked that question?
No, I don't, but
Okay, so
I'm only one vote.
you're in
but,
favor?
um,
All right, the rest of you in favor?
No,
That's your job, Dwight.
put your hand down.
So,
Go ahead,
but
George.
how many trees were required to replace?
It
6?
depends on the size, they could be 5 or 6, you know, depending on the diameter. If they're 3.5-inch trees, which is the standard where people put them in because they grow faster, it would be 6 trees. If they're larger diameter, then it'd be 5 trees. But,
So, and you have every intention of doing that anyway?
Yes, so I just have to know the specifics of the diameter and the specifics of the language, so there's no misunderstanding exactly the size of the tree that needs to be replaced to equal the $2,400.
Okay, I think the staff can work
we
with
can
you
work
on
that out.
Okay.
Okay.
Any-
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? How about from the audience? Hearing no screams and shouts, let's start with case 2019-09P. Is there a motion to concur? A motion to approve, rather.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Let's do a roll call then. Commissioner Quayne,
Aye.
Commissioner Berman,
Is absent.
Commissioner Villegas is not here. Commissioner Franklin,
Aye.
Commissioner Lexpati,
Aye.
Commissioner Berman,
Aye.
Commissioner Matthew,
Aye.
Commissioner Lucas not here, and I will vote aye. Okay, okay. Next case is 2019-10P. Is there a motion to approve? Who's that? Okay,
Second.
okay. That was Commissioner Murphy and then Lex Body seconded. Do the roll call now. Commissioner Quayne,
Aye.
Commissioner Berman is not here, Commissioner Villegas is not here, Commissioner Franklin,
Aye.
Commissioner Lex Potty,
Aye.
the other Commissioner Berman,
Aye.
Commissioner Murphy,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye. We move on now to 2011P, 2019-11P. That's one with a slight change in wording.
Motion to approve with the slight change of the wording with the staff report.
Okay.
probably shouldn't ask now, but can I ask a question? Do we have to modify anything saying that the permit issue will be resolved by them agreeing to plant trees?
No, I don't think we need to do
No.
that.
No?
Oh, okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Franklin seconded. Call the roll. Commissioner Queen.
Aye.
Well, the skipping over Berman and Villegas. Commissioner Franklin.
Aye.
Commissioner-elect Spotty.
Aye.
Commissioner Berman.
Aye.
Commissioner Moffett.
Aye.
And I'll vote aye. (2019-12P). Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
That was Commissioner Berman. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner-elect Spotty seconded it. There are no changes in this language, were there? Okay. I'm sorry, Commissioner Queen.
Aye.
Commissioner Franklin.
Aye.
Commissioner-elect Spotty.
Aye.
Commissioner Berman.
Aye.
Commissioner Moffett.
Aye.
And I'll vote aye. Well, I guess we've completed our agenda for the day. Anything else we need to bring before us at this time? No screams and shouts? We are adjourned.